When you need less, you are much harder to manipulate. There's a quiet, dangerous power in being the person who doesn't need a seat at the table. It starts with the realization that your must haves are actually just hooks that others can pull on. If you don't need the latest upgrade or the fancy title, you suddenly find yourself in a position where no one can threaten your lifestyle. And that kind of security is something money cannot buy. The less you have to protect, the bolder you can afford to be in your daily choices. Think about the leverage a boss has over someone who is drowning in debt versus someone with no overhead. The person with the heavy mortgage is a prisoner of their own comfort, while the person with the low burn rate can speak the truth without checking their bank account first. Marketing only works on people who feel they are missing a piece of themselves. If you are already whole with what you have, $1 billion ad campaign just looks like background noise, and you become a ghost in their consumeristic machine. There is a specific kind of clarity that comes from owning your time instead of your things. You start to see every object you buy as actually a tiny theft stealing your future hours for maintenance, which makes you much more selective about what you bring in the front door. A lot of people are working jobs they hate to pay for things they don't use. If you shrink your lifestyle, suddenly your time belongs entirely to your own curiosities. Negotiation becomes a game you always win when you are genuinely willing to walk away. The person who needs the deal the most is always the one who loses the most, so having zero need is a superpower. We often mistake more for better without realizing that more is just more weight to carry. A lighter pack allows you to move faster across any situation, whether it's a career shift or a literal mountain. The most dangerous man in the world is the one who can live happily on bread and water. You can't bribe him, you can't threaten his luxuries, and you can't force him into a corner because he's already content. Every subscription, every payment plan, every membership is a little tether to the system. Cutting those tethers doesn't make you a hermit, it makes you a freelancer of life who can pivot on a dime. A small life doesn't mean a small mind. It often means a much larger perspective. You have the mental bandwidth to think about the universe because you aren't worried about property taxes on a third vehicle. You can find beauty in the mundane. You are wealthy beyond measure. You aren't waiting for a vacation to feel alive, which means you aren't a slave to the work hard, play hard cycle that burns everyone else out. If you have your own get out of town fund and a solid sense of self, you can leave a bad situation the moment it turns sour. The system is designed to keep you in a state of perpetual almost. You're almost successful, almost happy, almost there. But if you decide you're already there, you're free. There's a profound strength that comes when you stop, pause, and reflect. You start to hear your own intuition again, which is usually drowned out by the noise of everything we are told we should desire. Minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about elimination. You're eliminating the distractions that allow others to steer your ship, leaving only the things that actually help you navigate. The person who is satisfied with enough is the only one who can ever be truly rich. Everyone else is just on a treadmill where the finish line keeps moving. The more stuff you own, the more you're owned by it. You have to insure it, clean it, repair it, worry about it, which leaves very little room for actually experiencing the world. The ability to say, I don't want that is a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. Eventually, it becomes a reflex that protects you from every shiny distraction that comes your way. When